Good morning, Year 6. I hope you are all well. We are here to read, well, I'm here to read you the next chapter of Journey to Joburg. Got a slight toothache again. I don't know why I keep getting recurring toothache, so excuse me if I have to sort of pause at bits because it's quite painful. So yesterday we read how Naledi and Tiro had managed to get finally to the door of the house where their mother works. And they were anxious and excited at the same time, and I left you thinking about what you thought might happen next. So let's have a look. It's called Ma. There it stood, a great pink house with its own grass lawn and trees in front, even its own road leading up to the front door. The two children stopped at the wide iron gates, looking up to it. The gates were closed, with a notice on them, "Beware of the dog." "Are we allowed in?" Tiro whispered. "We must go in," Naledi replied, opening the gate a little. Nervously, they slipped in and slowly walked up the drive to the large front door. Before they dared to knock, they heard a fierce barking from inside, which made them grip each other's hands, ready to run back to the street. Then they heard a sharp voice inside calling out in English, "Joyce, see who it is." The door opened. As Mama gasped, the children flung themselves at her, and she clasped them in her arms, hugging them. Tears welled up in her eyes as the children sobbed against her. Now, can you imagine what she must have been feeling when she saw them? Obviously, they knew they were going to see her, but she had no clue. As far as she was concerned, they were still back in the village where she had left them. I mean, she would have never imagined that they would travel so far to come and find her. So, she's very overwhelmed, isn't she, when she sees them. And there's a lovely picture here of them at the door hugging their mum. And I remember when I first read it, I felt a little bit emotional when I read that, because the idea of sort of the children reuniting, because I was really anxious for them throughout the journey. I kept thinking something terrible was going to happen. So when they finally did meet their mum, there was this kind of sense of relief that happened. "What is wrong? What is wrong?" Mama cried softly. "Who is it, Joyce?" came a brisk voice from behind. The dog was still barking. "Be quiet, Tiger," ordered the brisk voice, and the barking stopped. Mama stifled her sob. So stifled means when you sort of try and stop yourself. So you can stifle a cough to try and stop yourself. So she must have been sobbing and crying a lot. And she's, someone from the voice behind her made her suddenly stop. Madam, these are my children." "What are they doing here?" asked the white lady. "Madam, I don't know. They haven't told me yet." "Dino is very ill, Mama," Naledi spoke between sobs. "Her fever won't go away. Nonna Mangwane don't want to trouble you, but I told Tiro we must come and bring you home." Mama gasped again and held her children more tightly. "Madam, my little girl is very sick. Can I go home to see her?" The madam raised her eyebrows. "Well, Joyce, I can't possibly let you go today. I need you tonight to stay in with Belinda." So Belinda must be the woman's child. "The master and I are going to a very important dinner party." Can you imagine? So your child is sick and your children have made the 300-kilometer journey, risked their lives to come and tell you, and your child is really unwell, and your boss is saying she's got a dinner party that she needs to go to. There is absolutely no sympathy, no concern for this woman or her children. I mean, what words come to your mind? I know what words come into mine. What words come to your mind about this woman? What I'm thinking is she's really heartless, absolutely heartless. Obviously does not see Joyce and these children as people, who have emotions, who feel sad, who feel upset, who care about their families and love each other. All she's concerned about is that she's got a party to go to. She paused. So she says, we've got an important dinner party. And then she pauses and she says, "But I suppose you can go tomorrow." "Thank you, madam. I hope you realise how inconvenient this will be for me. If you're not back in a week, I shall just have to look for another maid. You understand?" "Yes, madam." The children couldn't follow everything the madam was saying in English, but her voice sounded annoyed. Well, Mama spoke so softly. Why does the white lady seem cross with Mama? It's not Mama's fault that Dino is sick, the lady thought. So imagine how it must be like for those children to have to witness that. And what it must be like for the mother to have that conversation with her madam, the person who, her master, you know, the people who employ her, speak in a way, in a quite a degrading way, and then you have to sit there and still be polite because you're terrified you're going to lose your job, be treated in an indignant way and in front of your children as well. I mean, if we can all empathize and think about what it's like if we felt humiliated or treated in a horrible manner in front of someone, you know, people we love. It's not nice. I mean, I sort of sit there and think there must have been countless situations like this where parents felt humiliated and other people in front of their children, and their children must have felt so confused watching, trying to make sense of why people were behaving the way they were. The children huddled close to Mama's starched white apron. They hadn't seen her in this strange servant's uniform before. As Mama led the children through to the kitchen, they glanced across at open doors leading into other large rooms. A wide staircase also led upwards. Never had they imagined the house could be this size. In the kitchen, Mama gave them a drink of water and some porridge she had cooked earlier. The kitchen seemed like a picture out of a magazine. Mama had once brought home from the madam. Their mother must have been busy cleaning that afternoon because glistening plates of different sizes, cups and saucers and delicate glasses were neatly stacked close to a large empty cupboard. The lady noticed that Mama took the tin plates and mugs for them from a separate little cupboard. While they ate, Mama quickly got on with her work. When she had finished, she took the children to her room at the back of the yard. The children looked around the little room with interest. On the big iron bed was a white cover which Mama had neatly embroidered. It must be strange sleeping all on your own, thought Tiro. At home, they all shared a room. When the children noticed the electric light, Mama said they could try it. But after Tiro had flicked it on and off about 10 times, Mama told him to stop. Bringing the children close to her now, Mama sat down at last and asked them to tell her fully what had happened. The madam had made it clear to Mama that the police wouldn't like it if the children spent the night in Parktown. So when the lady spoke about Grace and her offer to take them to Soweto, Mama seemed in two minds. She knew Grace's mother well, but Soweto was also dangerous. After getting the madam's permission to go out for a little while, Mama took her children by the hand and they walked to number 17 in the next road. They went round to the back of the house and found Grace still there. These two will be just fine with me, Grace assured Mama. It was arranged that Grace and the children would meet Mama at Johannesburg station at 7 the next morning. Mama gave Grace some money for the fares, and close to tears again, she hugged the children goodbye. Cheer up, you two, said Grace. You can come and meet my brothers. So, the children are now, they're not allowed to stay in the house because if the police find out, but to be honest, would the police really find out? Not really. I mean, they're inside the house. The madam could have let them stay, but she didn't want to, and she threatened and used police instead to force their mother to send them to Soweto. Now, I would like you by tomorrow to try and find out some things about the history of Soweto when apartheid existed. It's an extremely important place in South African history, particularly because it was a ghetto and it was an area where Black people had to sort of live, and find out some of the sort of conditions that they lived in and what it was like. So if you perhaps Google Soweto under apartheid, you'll be able to find out some more information just to try and understand where is this place they're going to, what it was like, what it was like there. Okay, but I will see you tomorrow.